Basta kay Sir Rojan, ibang klase. Let's go!
Okay, welcome ulit sa ating klase. Sa video na to, pag-uusapan natin ang Article 1319. This article na to, dinidiscuss ang tungkol sa consent. Ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng consent at anong mga elements, requisites at characteristics ng isang valid consent? Ano nga ba? Ready ka na? Sige, start tayo. Let's go! Yan. Sige, basahin muna natin. Article 1319. Consent is manifested by the meeting of the offer and the acceptance upon the thing and the cause which are to constitute the contract. The offer must be certain and the acceptance absolute. A qualified acceptance constitutes a counteroffer. Acceptance made by letter or telegram does not bind the offerer except from the time it came to his knowledge. The contract in such a case is presumed to have been entered into in the place where the offer was made. So this article 2, dinidiscuss ang ibig sabihin ng consent. So section 1 ito ng chapter 2, kasi in chapter 2, diniscuss natin sa article 1318 ang mga essential requisites ng isang contract. Okay, yung mga general provisions. So essential requisites of contracts. So ito yung common elements ng lahat ng contracts na consensual. So these are the general provisions. So pakicheck yung lecture natin dyan. And then chapter 1, meron siyang section 1. At chapter 2, meron siyang section 1. Ito na nga yung consent. Kasi section 2 is object, section 3 ay cause. Okay, so section 1 muna tayo. Now, ano bang ibig sabihin ng consent? So consent came from the Latin word cum sentire. Okay? Na ang ibig sabihin is to feel together or the convergence ng dalawang will over the same point. So meaning to feel together or convergence of two wills over the same point. Kumbaga, may dalawang party, both of them agreed with what the other parties are offering, okay? And those offers will now be accepted. And then nagkaroon tayo ng convergence of two wills na gusto nilang makipag-contract talaga with each other. So basically, the definition, as mentioned by 1319, it is manifested by the meeting of the offer and the acceptance. So merong nag-offer, merong nag-accept. At yung in-accept, tinanggap din naman na nag-offer. So nagkaroon nga tayo ng convergence. Ano yung ino-offer? Yung thing, okay, na dapat i-accept. Bakit ino-offer? Because of the cost na ino-offer naman ng isang party. Basically, parang ganito ang ibig sabihin niya. Halimbawa, si A, nag-offer siya ng kanyang object. Okay? Kay B. Si B naman, nag-offer siya ng kanyang object din. Okay? Depende kung kanino ka nakatingin. Sa perspective ni A, yung ino-offer ni B, yun ngayon yung cause kung bakit siya nag-offer ng object. Sa perspective naman ni B, kung ano yung ino-offer ni A, yun yung cause sa pananaw niya. For example, si A, nag-offer siya ng kanyang cellphone, okay? Tapos si B, nag-offer naman siya na babayaran niya yung cellphone for 100,000. So, sa perspective ni A, ang object dito is yung cellphone at bakit niya ino-offer yung cellphone niya? Because of 100,000 and that's the cost. That's the consideration. Sa pananaw naman ni B, ino-offer niya yung kanyang 100,000. Bakit niya ino-offer yung 100,000 niya? Kasi gusto niyang bilhin yung cellphone. So ito yung cost sa pananaw ni B. So both of them are offering with each other and both of them are accepting the offers of two parties. And those wills are over the same point. Okay? Ang same point nila is to really have contract with each other, and that is to buy the cellphone and to offer the price for the cellphone. So, yun yung ibig sabihin natin dyan. So, what's the essence? What's the essence of having a consent? It's because para magkaroon ng conformity ang parties para dun sa terms ng contract. Tsaka para malinaw nga na nagkasundo nga sila at sila ay on the same page. So, for to have conformity, okay, of parties, okay, in the terms of the contract. Okay? Yan. So again, what's the essence? Conformity of parties in the terms of the contract. So yung will ng isang party with that of another upon the object and the terms of the contract. At dapat yung agreement, it extends to all the points na yung parties ay deemed material or otherwise there's no consent at all. Okay? So ano ngayon yung mga requisites? Pag-usapan natin ng requisites. Paano po magkakaroon ng isang valid requisites? Valid consent. Okay? So una, dapat meron plurality of subjects. Plurality of subjects. Okay? Anong ibig sabihin ng plurality of subjects? Dapat may dalawang parties. Hindi naman kailangan dalawang person na two parties. At dapat merong dalawang declaration of wills at hindi two wills. Okay? Yung declaration. So, pag sinabing plurality, there must be at least two parties. Okay? At least two parties. And those two parties na meron ding two declaration of wills. Okay? Kasi pwedeng one person, dalawang will ang nangyari. Kasi yung person na yon was authorized to act as agent of another who happens to be also entering into the contract with the same person who happen to be also the agent. So ang tawag nga natin doon, kaya nangyayari valid ang isang auto contract. That's why auto contracts are valid because of the two declaration of wills. Okay? Not necessarily two wills. So two declaration of will. And then sabi nga dito, two parties, not necessarily two persons. Okay? Yan. So halimbawa, si A, inauthorize niya si B na mag-act as agent. So ngayon, ibinebenta yung lupa ni A. So sabi ni A kay B, ihanap ng buyer. Eh dahil si B, willing din naman yung bilhin, eh di inauthorize ni A si B na humanap ng buyer na siya rin naman ang buyer. So parang anong nangyari, nagkaroon tayo ng auto contracts. Okay? So may dalawang declaration of will, nag-decide si agent na bilhin na rin niya on behalf of A, who happens to be also na siya rin naman ng ang client. So there's two declaration of will. So requisites, dapat meron tayong plurality of subjects. Okay? Yan. Pero kung halimbawa, isang tao ka nga lang, tapos hindi ka naman agent ng isa or what, tapos nakipag-contract ka sa sarili mo, so parang walang nangyari. Okay? You're having a contract with your own self. So, isang will lang yun. Okay? Pangalawang requisite, capacity of the contracting parties. Yan. Dito, ibig sabihin, meron daw dapat legal capacity. Legal capacity. Kasi although kaya makipag-contract lahat ng tao, pero wala namang kapasidad makipagkontrata. So although parties can enter into a contract, but not everyone has the legal capacity to do so. Okay? So kino-consider dito yung age, yung mental, okay? Yung disposition, okay, etc. So, ang valid consent, it presupposes legal capacity. So, pag sinabing consent ay valid, ibig sabihin, merong legal capacity. Okay? Pangatlo, there must be intention of the parties to enter into contract. Kasi paano pag nagjo-joke-joke lang naman? Okay? Depende na yan. Kung halimbawa, yung joke was taken seriously by the other party at nag-rely siya doon, na-induce tuloy siyang tanggapin yung offer, even though nagjo-joke, so pwedeng maging considered valid yun. Kasi tinitingnan din yung intention. So, dapat it must be formed and manifested nga in a manner na rational, conscious, at saka hindi dapat vitiated by any vice. which will now destroy its character. So, dapat daw ay rational and conscious, okay, and should not be vitiated by any vice. Not vitiated by any vice. So, pag-uusapan natin ito, yung mga vices of consent, for example, yung error, yung fraud, yung intimidation, tsaka violence. Although, pag halimbawa, sabi ko nga before, kahit na the consent was given because of intimidation, the contract will remain valid until it is voided. Voidable naman yung contract. Kaya lang, pag walang ginawa yung taong in-intimidate or tinakot kung bakit binigay yung consent, mananatiling valid yun. Yun nga lang, medyo that's the sad part, no? Ikaw na nga yung nabiktima ng intimidation or ng violence, tinutukan ka ng baril, bigla ano na ka, tinakot ka, idadamay yung pamilya mo. Kung hindi ka pumayag, so pumayag ka, you have to prove na ikaw nga ay under intimidation para masabing void yung contract na pinasok mo. Okay? Yan. And then, after nung intention, there must be manifestation of the intention. Manifestation of intention. Okay? Intention. Yan. Intention yan. So, meron tayong express consent, meron tayong implied consent, meron din tayong presumed consent. So, under the manifestation, there is what we call express consent, implied, at saka presumed consent. So, pag sinabi natin yun nga, manifestation, pag-express, okay, sinulat, nakasulat, or yung normal way of manifesting the consent by words, pwede rin. Ibig sabihin talagang pinapahayag niya na may intention talaga makipag-contract ang isang party, kaya niya binigay yung kanyang consent. We have also implied, not way of saying or writing, but way of doing or acting. No? Meron siyang certain acts na ginawa which do not directly manifest the consent, but pwedeng ma-infer because of the conduct of the person. Okay? Yan. And then, yun yung intention tsaka yung manifestation ay merong concurrence. Yan. So, nabanggit din natin dun sa definition yung offer tsaka acceptance. Now, ano ba yung offer and acceptance? Yan yung elements of consent. Okay? Elements of consent. You have offer and you have acceptance. Yan. So, ano-ano yung mga yan? So, pag itong dalawang to, nagkaroon ng manifestation, if there is manifestation of the two, then it will now result to a consent. Kumbaga, nagtagpo ang tinadhana. No? May nag-offer, in-accept, tapos yung acceptance ay may knowledge, meron tayong consent. Ito na rin actually yung stages. Yung elements na yan na rin yung stages. Kasi ang stage 1, may offer. Stage 2, may acceptance. Yung stage 3, kumbaga, may knowledge dapat yung acceptance. Kasi sinasabi sa last part, okay, pag walang knowledge as to the acceptance ni offeree, okay, hindi magiging binding yung contract. Okay, walang consent. Kasi walang knowledge itong si offerer na tinanggap na pala yung offer niya ni offeree. So, stage 3 is the knowledge of the acceptance. So again, general rule, there must be concurrence ng offer and acceptance with respect to the object and the cause. Okay? So ito na nga yung manifestation, that's the general rule. Maliban na lang, merong mga matters na hindi applicable yung case na yan. Okay? So, hindi lang sapat yung manifestation, kundi meron ding other things which must be considered material by the parties.